Sei seu hanto guru, jagatiran Krishna Bhakti Vedanta Tara ichha bala mana pashai betai Oi jati gunna Bitte nobradi asamudra Shakvani তাহলে আনন্দ হয় তবে হয় বিজয় চৈতন্যের কৃপা মায়া দুষ্ট জগৎ জগতে সবাই সুখে Vaishnavir Apisha Purnama Sita Jai Kurivare Agna Jai তোমার সে শক্তি পেলে গুরু সে মার বস্তু মিলে জীবন সাফল্য সেই সে সেবা পাইলে তাহাই সুখী Avasya bhavyate Kama Kavamanah Prapatam Prasatna Ritma Pasah Surashina Bhagavat Lila Soham Tatam Visrge Tava Bhritya Sevam Tumi Murati Rasate Bhiliya Manarati Anurati Japa Japa Aji Puna Yesu Joga Dati Hoya Joga Joga Tave Pari Tove Vinita Topar Milane Bhai Agar Se Sukha Pare Uchar Deve Vinita Atapane Chota Chutti Mane Kari Muta Puti Sehi Dina Kave Hate Agise Shubhina Ne Tumhara Smaran Kavela Gaurva Shakti Nata अमितम नित्य दाता कोई तुम बिना ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजाता सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरकुशे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपीश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरं परमानन्दमाधवम्। Hare Krishna. Very happy to be with all of you this morning. We are going to be discussing Sri Chaitanya Charitamrta. Hari Bol. So requesting all the online devotees to please turn on your videos so that I get inspired by seeing all of you, your wonderful presence. Are you able to hear me clearly? Is the audio very clear? Thank you. So what did we discuss last time? Just a brief overview of what we discussed last time. We basically saw that the Adi Lila 5th chapter deals with Shri Nityananda Balaram. Okay. So each chapter has been dealing with either one or two Mangalacharan verses of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. So far we completed 6 verses. And last class we saw the explanation of the 7th Mangalacharan shloka. So in today's class, we are going to see the description or explanation of the 8th Mangalacharan shloka. That is our objective. Correct? So 8th Mangalacharan shloka actually is about Nityananda Prabhu only, but the expansion of Nityananda Prabhu is Sankarshan. So it is about Sankarshan. Okay. So last class, just a quick revision. We saw who is Nityananda, we saw who is Balaram, what is the interrelationship between Balaram and Nityananda, And then, before describing Sankarshan, Sankarshan was introduced in the last class, correct? But there was no elaboration. There was introduction to Sankarshan, but no elaboration on Sankarshan. So before knowing Sankarshan, you should know spiritual world. So last time we only saw spiritual world is called the Paravyoma, the spiritual sky. Paravyoma. Vyoma means sky. Para means the transcendental sky. Hari, silence please. So the highest realm of the Paravyoma is Sri Gokula. So that was discussed. And Krishna performs pastime only in Krishna Lok. So there are three top layers of the spiritual world. There is Dwaraka, there is Mathura, and there is Gokula. So Krishna is actually there in Krishna Lok, but Krishna, the original Krishna, the Govinda Mahadi Purusham is only there in Gokul. Then what about Mathura and Dwaraka? Who is the Krishna there? Yes, he's an expansion called the first Chaturvyuha. So Krishna, from Krishna comes Balaram, from Balaram comes the first quadruple expansion, Chaturvyuha called Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna and Aniruddha. Yes. So in Dwarka and Mathura, it is not that Krishna. So there in Dwarka and Mathura, that Krishna is Vasudev Krishna. So he appeared in the jail of Kamsa. Who is he? Vasudev Krishna with 4 hands. Vrindavan Krishna only has 2 hands. And when Vasudev Krishna told Vasudev Krishna ordered his father Vasudev, take me to Nanda Gokul. So that time, the Vasudev Krishna merged with Vrindavan Krishna. Vrindavan Krishna was lying there. Yashoda Maya gave birth to twins. She gave birth to Krishna, Vrindavan Krishna and Yogmaya. But because Vasudev is in Aishwarya Bhakti, he could not see Krishna. To see Krishna, Vrindavan Krishna, you need to be a Madhurya Bhakta. Yes. So please enable me also to see all devotees. I also want to see all of you devotees. Don't tell me we will not turn on videos because you are not Madhurya Bhakta. Don't do that with me. Please turn on your videos. Hari. Thank you. So we observed that whenever Krishna killed demon in Vrindavan, yes, Krishna will kill demon in Vrindavan. It is actually the Vasudeva Krishna who kills the demons. Krishna doesn't kill demons. He only does pastimes. And he told Vasudeva Krishna very clearly, please keep aside your chakra and gada. No using. You cannot use. Not allowed. You only can kill the demons like playing, like me, sporting. So this was the pastime. Then when at the age of 11, when Akrura came, what did he do? He took away Vasudeva Krishna and went to Mathura. Vrindavan Krishna remained there in Vrindavan. And he transformed into Bhava in the heart of Rajvasis, the Bhava, separation, the mood of separation. So Krishna transformed into the mood of separation. Okay, all right. So coming back to today's topic. So we saw one part of Paravyoma, that is Gokul, Mathura and Dwarka. So today we are going to see the Vaikunta part of Paravyoma. Correct? So the Vaikunta part will be discussed right now. So Vaikunta is a place where Narayan performs pastime. Krishna Lok ke niche kya hai? Vaikunta. Krishna Lok is a place where Krishna performs pastime. Vaikunta is a place where Narayan performs pastime. So today we are going to understand 3 aspects of Vaikunta. First, we will see the Vaikunta planets. Second, we will see the Siddha Lok. Now, please don't speculate what is Siddha Lok. It's something some of you might have heard, some of you might not have heard. So what is Siddha Lok? And number 3, we are going to see the glories of Sankarshan. So this is the topic for discussion today. So we'll be covering shloka number 25. 25 we did, 26 to 50. So the next 25 shlokas we are going to cover. So we completed 25 shlokas in the last class. This class we are going to cover another 25 shlokas. So 26th shloka. First, we are going to try to understand the Vaikunta realm. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jai Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Okay, so we are in the 26th shloka. Please repeat after me. परव्योम मध्ये करी स्वरूप प्रकाश नारायण रूप करे न विविध विलास. So this is describing the second part of Paravyoma. The highest part of Paravyoma is Krishna Lok, and below the Krishna Lok is what? The Narayan Lok. So where Krishna is in the form of Narayan. So now Krishna expands into Balaram. Balaram expands into Chaturvyuha. So this Chaturvyuha, they stay outside the Krishna Loka as Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Anirudh. And from this four, the Sankarshan expands into Narayan. Sankarshan expands into Narayan. So this Narayan is staying in the Narayan Lok part of the Paravyoma. Narayana Rupe Karena Vivina Vilas. So in the four-handed form as Narayan. What is the meaning of this word Narayan? The meaning of this word Narayan means one who is the shelter of all the Naras. So the shelter of all the Nara is called as Narayan. That is the meaning of Narayan. Okay. So we find here that Narayan Rupe Kare na Vividha Vilas. So different kinds of pastimes he performs as Narayan. So now next two shlokas will explain about Narayana's opulences and energies. 27th will talk about his opulence. 28th will talk about his energies. Swarupa Vigraha Krishnera Kevala Dvibhuja Narayana Rupe Sai Tanu Chaturbhuja Shankha Chakra Gada Padma Maheshwarya Maya Shri Bhu Nila Shakti Ara Charana Sevaya. Okay, so what is described in the shloka? Swarupa Vigraha. Swarupa Vigraha means the Swarup means one's constitutional form. So in the form Swarupa Vigraha Krishna Kevala Dvibhaja. So Krishna has how many hands? Two hands. Swarup Vigraha Krishna. But in his expansion as Narayan, he has Chaturbhuja Tanu. Tanu means body. Body with four hands. Chaturbhuja Tanu. Okay, what is there in his four hands? Shankar, Chakra, Gada, and Padma. Mahaishwaryamaya. And we need to understand that even Narayan is very opulent. He also has all opulences, like Krishna only. And Narayan is always Charana Sevaya. Serving at his lotus feet are three energies. What are the three energies? The three energies are Shri, Bhu, and Nila. Shri, Bhu, and Nila. Who is Shri? Shri is Lakshmi Devi. Lakshmi Devi. So Lakshmi Devi in Vaikuntha Loka is called as Rama. Yes, Rama. And in this material world also she expands. When she comes to material world, she is called as Chanchala. She is called Chanchala. Rama is the spiritual energy of Lord who serves the lotus feet and never leaves the Lord's lotus feet. On the other hand, Chanchala, as the name suggests, she goes from one place to another continuously. She will never be in one place. She goes from one fellow's pocket to another pocket. That's how she is Chanchala. Correct? And who is this Bhu? Bhu is Bhudevi, the earth. She is also a consort of Krishna. As per we find in the Varaha Lila, Bhu and Varahadev, they get married. Then who is Nila? Nila is Krishna's Lila Shakti. Yes? The Lila Shakti of Narayana. Narayana's Lila Shakti is called Nila. Narayan ki Lila Shakti, Nila. You can remember like this. Na for Narayan, La for Lila. So Na plus Narayan plus Lila, Nila. Okay? Like that you can remember. Yes. So these are spiritual energies of Lord. So from this we understood the opulence of Vaikuntha. But along with opulence, there is Aishwarya Shakti in Vaikuntha. Devotees, please turn on videos, show your opulence. Very important. It is very, very important to show your opulence also. Pashyame Yogam Aishwaram. So please turn on the videos. It really inspires the speaker. Correct? So that is one aspect. It's called Aishwarya Shaktis. But along with Aishwarya Shakti, one more Shakti is very important. That is the Kripa Shakti. So we are going to now see the Kripa Shakti of the Lord. The merciful nature of Vaikuntha. Let us see. Yadyapi kevala tara krida matra dharma tathapi jivera kripaya kare eka karma. Please understand very clearly. Kevala tara krida matra dharma. There is only one function for Narayana. What is that one function that Narayana does? There is only one function. That is to krida. Krida means games. मैं क्रीड़ा करने जा रहा हूं. So Krishna's all pastimes are sports. Correct, sports. That is why living entities in this material world like to play sports. In Satya, Treta, Dwapar, they play sports. In Kali Yuga, they watch sports. Only some play. Others all watch. They watch and become fan of that sport. People are fan behind this FIFA World Cup. Yes, people are fan behind the cricket games that are going on. People are discussing who will win World Cup. Definitely, they are who are discussing are not going to win. Who are going to play, they may win. So, living entity tries to imitate Krishna in this material world by sporting. Yes, sporting pastimes. So, this all Krishna's pastimes are called sporting pastimes. So, Tatapi Jive still, despite he having the nature to only play out of compassion, kripaya, Jivere kripaya kare eka karma. He performs one activity. What is the difference between Daya and Kripa? Yesterday, His Grace Gaurangu was beautifully explaining the difference between Daya and Kripa. So, Daya means you analyze the person, you empathize with the person, and then you try to uplift the person. That is called Daya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Karo More. We sing this. So, that is called Daya. On the other hand, then what is Kripa? He was explaining Kripa means there is no consideration. Without even emoting, without even analyzing, just simply uplifting the person. That's all Kripa. Ha ha Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Sukhi Kripavala Tanakaro Ami Bado Dukhi. That is Kripa. So Nityananda Prabhu does Kripa, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does Daya. This is Kripa of the Lord. He is not even considering. So this is the Kripa Shakti. Yes, Aishwarya Shakti we saw in the last verse. Now we are going to discuss about the Kripa Shakti. So Lord has Kripa also. This is superior. Compassion. Salokya Samipya Sashti Sarupya Prakar. Chari Mukti Diya Kare Jivera Nistar. I was giving a class for Srimad Bhagavata Rasika Kutum. There's an organization. They recite. They like to recite the Srimad Bhagavatam slokas in a very orderly fashion with right pronunciation. Yes, they recite like that. They recite Uddhav Gita. I mean, they last time recited Yugal Gita. So they had invited me to give a lecture. So there, they are also very knowledgeable, Sangha. So I mentioned, they had asked a question, why should we chant 16 rounds? Why Prabhupada emphasizes on 16 rounds? So I gave them calculation that every mantra has 16 holy names. And then every round has 16 into 108 holy names. If you chant 16 into 108 holy names in 16 rounds, then you have 16 into 108 into 16. And that if you chant for 1 year, it becomes into 365. And this totally comes to 1 crore. And if somebody is living for 50 years, then that person will chant Ardha Koti Naam Jap. Shata Koti Naam Jap, you will become great soul. Ardha Koti Naam Jap means you will be liberated. So anybody chanting for 50 years, 16 rounds, properly chant karna padega, is considered liberated. Immediately, one person, Turant wrote, our goal is not liberation. I said, very good. but you need to understand the meaning of liberation. Whenever a devotee, whenever Bhagavatam, or whenever literature like Chaitanya Charitamrta talks about liberation, what do they mean? Chari mukti diya, saying 4 types of liberation. But actually, if you see Bhagavatam, how many types of liberation are there? 5. Salokya, Sarishti, Sarupya, Sayujya, एक, and that is Salokya. Salokya, Sarishti, Samipya, Sarupya, Katvam, Apyuta, Diyamanam, na Grindhanti, Vina, Amatsevanam, Jana. So Bhagavatam says 5 types of liberation, but Chaitanya Charitamrita only says 4 types of liberation. They don't include Sayujya. Sayujya ko dekhte bhi nahi devotees. So whenever we talk about liberation, we don't talk about Sayujya at all. It's only 4 types. Similarly, Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami is so strict. How many types of rasas are there? He says Chari ras only. Shanta ras ko dekhte bhi nahi hai. He doesn't even touch Shanta ras. Usko ginte bhi nahi hai. That is Krishna's Kaviraj. So he says Chari mukti diya kare jivera nistar. Except Sayujya, the other 4 muktis, which are what? Salokya. Salokya means you get the same planet as the Lord. मेरा घर आप किधर रहते हैं? हम कृष्ण लोक में रहते हैं. हम वैकुंठ लोक में रहते हैं. It is Salokya. That means same planet as Lord. Some people have pride, no? Where do you stay? Oh, I stay in that place where Amitabh Bachchan stays. I stay in that place where Shah Rukh Khan stays. I stay in the place where Rajinikanth stays. So people have a lot of pride in telling. The second is Samipya. Samipya means what? You are a personal associate. You will be with. तुमको पता है मैं गुरु महाराज के कितना close हूँ. So sometimes people are proud of that also. His Grace Radheshampu was once telling he was going from CSTM to Juhu in a taxi. The taxi wala turned around and he said, आपको पता है मैं कौन हूँ? बस कौन हूँ आप? पता नहीं. मैं रजनीकांत का ड्राइवर था. Like he said, I was Rajinikanth's driver. That is Samipya. People are proud of that also. No? Guru Maharaj ke paas. Like that Samipya means you will be very close to Krishna. You will be around Krishna. That is Samipya. Sarishti means you will have powers just like Krishna. The Vishnu Dutas who came to rescue Ajamil, they had powers very similar to the Lord. Sarishti. Same powers. And then this Sarupya. Sarupya means you look just like the Lord. So these are actually the opulences in Vaikuntha. You will not find this in Vrindavan. These are 4 opulences in Vaikuntha Loka. And Sayujya ko ginte bhi nahi. But this, by bestowing on living entities these 4 types of muktis, this is the kripa of Narayan. This is the kripa. There's one more shloka describing this is the shloka describing kripa. What is the kripa? So now so far we have understood Vaikuntha Dham. So Vaikuntha Dham contains Aishwarya and also kripa Shaktis. The 2 Shaktis we found out. So now suddenly there is a special topic which is going to be taken before understanding Sankarshan, that is called Siddhaloka. Understanding what is Siddhaloka. So let's try to understand what is Siddhaloka. Shloka number 31. Because the one may ask, Prabhuji, Chari Mukti bola hai, 5th one ko kya bola hai? 5th one ko Mukti nahi bola hai. 5th one ko alag kiya hai. Yes, that is also Mukti. But he has calculated it separately. Let us see. Brahma Sayujya Muktera Taha Nahi Gati Vaikunta Bahire Haya Tasa Barastiti. So my dear sir, you missed one of the liberations. Don't worry. That liberation is not in Vaikunta. That is outside Vaikunta. वो वैकुंठ के बाहर ही व्यक्ति है. वो व्यक्ति वैकुंठ के अंदर नहीं है. वैकुंठ के बाहर ही है. He is not inside. Please understand. Don't misunderstand. Oh, that means those who get Sayujya, they are not in Vaikunta. Sorry, sir, they are not in Vaikunta. They are in a place called Siddhaloka, which will come ahead. So what is the difference? Prabhupada very often gives this difference. There is a difference between entering the kingdom and going to the palace and meeting the king. Is it different or same? I entered the kingdom of Madras. On the other hand, I entered the palace of the king of Madras and went and met him. Is there a difference? Gulf of difference. Similarly, there is a great difference between these first 4 types of liberation and the Sayujya Mukti. There is a great difference. बहुत अंतर है दोनों में. One should never ever think they are same. That's mentioned. Okay. Vaikunta Bahire Aya. They are outside the Vaikuntha Loka. Those who get the Sayujya Mukti. Taha nahi Gati. That is not a Gati at all. Gati means a place where you can stay. This is like a metastable state also. It's not a Gati. Taha Sabara Sthiti. Those who are Jnanis, Jnana Yoga, they perform. in order to attain the Brahman, they don't get Vaikuntha. They are out of Vaikuntha, but they are definitely in Paravyoma. They are in Paravyoma, but not in Vaikuntha. So that place which is not in Paravyoma, it's in Paravyoma, but not in Vaikuntha or Krishna Lok, is called as Siddhalok. Yes. Vaikuntha Bahire ek Jyotirmaya Mandal. Krishnera Angera Prabha Parama Ujjwal. अरे कैसे होता है? We want to visualize what is this. So outside the Vaikuntha Loka, there is a bright, effulgent rays of light. Yes, bright, effulgent rays of light, and that place is called the Siddhalok. And that is the place which is attained by the people who want to obtain the Sahyajya Mukti. That is the place attained by the Brahmopasana, those who do Brahmopasana. That is the place attained by the people who want to merge in the impersonal Brahman. That is the place, which is the rays emitted. Acha, theek hai, ye rays. So now this is common sense. Mayavadis say, okay, there is light, but every light has a source. Where is this light coming from? Oh, this is coming from tube light, Prabhuji. Where is that light coming from? That light is coming from the small lamp, fluorescent lamp, Prabhuji. What is that light coming from? That light is coming from sun. Although the sun is not visible in horizon, but the sun is already risen. If sun wouldn't have risen, the sky wouldn't have become bright. Time ho gaya. It's winter. So sun thoda every month. We understood, na? I had given a Bhagavatam class in Sri Kunj Bihari, Radha Kunj Bihari temple. So there I was mentioning that when Dakshinayan happens, so in Bharatvarsh, in our country, every month 24 minutes, the time will reduce. So sun will rise 24 minutes, it will gradually hota hai. एक महीने के difference में 24 minutes later sunrise उतना होता है calculation. Or the more you are away from equator, the more time it will take for the sun to rise. ऐसा होता है. Equator पे सब same होता है. Equator has same time, 12 hours of sun. But other than that, it keeps reducing the more you are away. So this we saw. So every light has a source. Without source, there cannot be light. Correct? The source is there. So what is that source of this Brahman? Krishnera Angera Prabha. The source is Krishna only. So this entire Paravyoma which is lit up by this Brahman effulgence, the Siddhaloka which is brightened up, the source of that is Krishna's body, and that is Parama Ujjvala, supremely bright. Some people say, oh wow, चमकते हुए साधु, सिर से तेज निकल रहा है. The person is so effulgent. Correct? But this is Krishna's effulgence, which is lighting up the spiritual sky and material sky. Some reflection of the spiritual sky's light is falling in material sky, and that is why there is some amount of light available in this material world also. So ultimately, the source of all light is Krishna's body. Okay. Last verse of Siddhalok section. Siddhaloka nama tara prakritira para chit swarupataha nahi chit shakti vikara. So we need to understand that this place also has a name. It has a name. What is the name? Yes, the place is called as Siddhalok. Tara prakritira par. Definitely it is beyond this material world. This is not portion in the spiritual world. It's the portion in spiritual world only, in Paravyoma, but not in this material world. But please understand, Chit Swarupa Taha Nahi Chit Shakti Vikar. We need to understand that this particular feature doesn't have spiritual varieties, which means this particular feature only has sub feature. There is no Chit, there is no Anand. Bhagavan has Sat, Chit and Ananda feature. On the other hand, this Brahman effulgence only has Sat feature, eternal feature. It doesn't have Chit, it doesn't have Anand. If you see Paramatma has Sat and Chit feature, but no Anand feature. Brahman has Sat feature, but no Chit and no Anand feature. Correct? So there is no spiritual variety here. Shakti Vikar. Shakti Vikar is not there. At Vikara, the changes, the differences, that is not there. Okay. So there is an example given here to help us to understand this analogy. Example. Still don't understand Siddhalok. Example bataiye. Yes, the example is given here. Surya Mandala yena bahire nirvishesha. Bhitare Surya Ratha Adi Savishesha. See, I have given Bhagavatam class in Kunj Bihari, one of the classes. I described how the sun looks. The sun's chariot has one wheel, 24 spokes. The Sapta Gayatri, they are the horses. Aruna is the driver. Surya is the charioteer, Vivaswan. And then there is the planet. So within the sun planet, this is the sun planet, how it's made. So within the sun planet, there is complete variety. But the sun rays, which is outside the sun planet, they are the effulgence coming. So similarly, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is beautifully giving the analogy of Surya Mandala yena bahire nirvishesha. Just as outside the Surya Mandal, outside the sun planet, there is only effulgence, and that is nirvishesh. That doesn't have any variety. Similarly, Brahman, which is outside the planet of Vaikuntha, does not have any variety. But Bhitare, Surya Rath is there. Those who want to get more description of sun planet, you can listen to my lecture on Camp channel. I'd given very elaborately on sun. That was my topic. That was the topic given. So very deeply we analyzed what is sun rays, kya karta hai, where it roams, सब कुछ बता दिया उसमें. So full analysis is there, PhD analysis on that. Okay. So that was the analogy. Sun and sun rays. So similarly, there is Vaikuntha planets and Siddhalok. Paravyoma Siddhalok. Okay. Now one may have a question. Siddhalok में कौन जाता है? अगर मैं हमको किसी को जाना है, कौन जाता है? Of course, this thought also should not come to our mind. We should not be bothered. But still, one wants to know, अरे who goes? कौन जाता है उधर? So that is what is mentioned. 35th sloka. Kama dvesha bhayat snehat yatha bhakteshware manah aveshya tadagam hitva bhavastadgatim gata. So, 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, in the beginning, Narad Muni and Yudhishthir Maharaj are having a conversation. So in that conversation, he mentions that somehow or the other, any type of feeling you have towards Krishna, you can attain the Paravyoma. You can definitely attain the spiritual destination by having any type of feelings, but for Krishna. The feeling should be for Krishna. What is the example? Kamad. If somebody has lusty feelings to the Lord, no problem. You will still attain the destination. Dveshad, somebody is envious. So Kamad, the example is given of gopis. Gopya Kamad. Now one may say, Prabhu, what? You're telling gopis have lust, but we already discussed in the previous chapter that lust is described so that we understand. We love, we don't understand. But lust we understand because we have experience. Love we don't understand because in this conditioned life we don't have experience. So the magnitude is the same. The intensity is same, but the nature is completely opposite. So to understand that, it's called as Kama. Gopya Kamad Bhayad Kamso. Kamsa was afraid of Krishna and he became Krishna conscious just by exhibiting fear towards Krishna. Dvesha, the Chaidya Nripaha. Chedi. The Chedi is a district where the kingdom whose Raja was Chediraj. Chediraj's son was Shishupal. Adayo Nripaha. So Shishupal had one full gang and the entire gang of Shishupal was envious of Krishna, Dvesha. So they also got a gati. Gopyak Kamad Bhayat Kamso Dveshad Chaidyadeyo Nripaha Sambadda Drishnaya Yuyam Bhaktya Vayam Vivo. So he said that the Vrishnis, they had sambandha for Krishna. They thought Krishna hamara hai, he is my boy, he is my brother, he is my cousin brother, he is my son. Like that, different they sambandha they established with Krishna. That's how Vrishnis got the destination. Pandavas, Snehad is Pandava. Pandavas had love. Sorry, Vrishni had Sneha, and Pandavas had Sambandha because Krishna is a cousin. Sambandad, Yuyam Bhaktya Vayam. And Narad Muni says, me by Bhakti I have attained my destination. Atma Bhakti. Like that he says. No matter whichever you will get destination, which is Paravyom. But each destination is different. It is not the same. Those who are now, some are favorable feelings. What are all the favorable feelings? Devotees can please turn on the videos. Please turn on the videos. Please turn on the videos. Yeah. For just now I described what are the favorable feelings and what are the unfavorable feelings. Who can say what are the favorable feelings? अभी बताया मैंने. Okay, envy is not favorable. Okay. Any other favorable, unfavorable?
Love for Krishna is favorable.
Yeah, the karma is favorable to Krishna. Okay.
And fear is also not favorable.
Fear is not. Bhayat is not favorable. Affection is favorable. Very good. Snehat is favorable. Sambandha is favorable. So there are some feelings which are favorable, some are not favorable. Some are ati anikula, some are pratikula. So the favorable feelings will make you attain Krishna Lok or Vaikuntha Lok. On the other hand, the unfavorable feelings, the gati will be different. For the unfavorable feelings, the gati is Siddhalok. Got it? For the unfavorable feelings, the gati is Siddhalok. That's what is mentioned in this shloka. Yad arinam priyanam cha prapyam ekam ivoditam tad brahma krishna yoraikyat Kiranar kopamajushaha. Kirana arka upama. So what is said? Yad arinam, yad priyanam cha. This sloka is telling what I explained just now. Yad arinam, that means the enemy's destination, and priyanam's destination, that means the favorable people. Prapyam ekam ivoditam. Yes, in one sense, both of them attain the spiritual realm. Paravyoma they attain. But please understand that the people who are favorable, Priyanam, they attain the planet. On the other hand, those who are Arinam, the enemies, they attain Brahma Krishnayor Aikyat. They merge in the impersonal Brahman, which is compared to Kirana Arka Upama. Arka means sun. And Arka Kiran Arka means?
Sunrise. Sunrise.
Yes, sun rays. Sun rays Upama, sun rays ki tarah. Got it, no? So this is a proof that they attain this. This comes in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, where clearly it says, and this Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Rupa Goswami Prabhupada quotes this from a conversation between Parasara and Maitreya. They both are discussing question. Shishupal का exactly क्या destination? Ravan का क्या है? सबका destination एक एक करके they discuss. So all these fellows attain Brahman. They should not attain the planet. So that was mentioned in the discussion. Okay, but some people pray to Krishna because they are afraid that something may go wrong. See, there is a difference between being afraid of Krishna and praying to Krishna and being Krishna conscious. Kamsa was not praying to Krishna. He was Krishna conscious because he was afraid of Krishna. Some asuras do this. On the other hand, somebody is afraid of getting punished in these hellish planets. Because of that fear of getting, he doesn't have fear of Krishna, he has fear of getting punishment in hellish planets. That is worshipping Krishna on the platform of fear. That's a very good platform to start your worship. So we are talking about asuras. There's a difference. There's a difference between the fear of Kamsa and the fear of Valmiki. Initially, Valmiki started his bhakti on the platform of fear only. He didn't want to go to the hellish destination. Correct. And later on, he became pure devotee. Okay. So fear of Krishna and fear for Krishna is different. Kamsa had fear for Krishna. In this topic, we are discussing fear for Krishna. On the other hand, worshipping Krishna on platform of fear is different. Okay, I hope it's clarified. Thank you. So that is a proof. Now we go to next verse. We'll go fast. Gauranga. Yeah. Taiche paravyo nana shakti vilas. Nirvishesha jyotirbimba bahire prakash. Yeah. Simple. This is what all it is saying. Is the spiritual planets, Krishna Lok and Vaikuntha Lok, are full of opulences. On the other hand, Nirvijesh Jyoti Brahma has no opulences. Is Bahira Prakash. Is this reflection of light. Nirvishesha Brahma se kevala Jyotirmaya. Sayujera adhikari taha payalaya. So please understand that somebody who is aspiring to actually merge into Brahman gets that hellish destination which demons get. That's what it's telling. Even demons get this destination. इसमें क्या बड़ी बात है? Whenever Krishna was called as Viduhu, Vishesha Rupena Dvinodi. Dvinoti. Dvinoti means to clean. क्या धो देते कृष्ण? कृष्ण ने मस्त धोया उसको. क्या धोया? उसका पुण्य धो दिया, पाप धो दिया. अभी 0-0 पे बच गया. So that such kind of people enter into Brahmajyoti. So demons enter Brahmajyoti. So Brahmopasaks are entering where? The place where demons are entering. That is why Prabhupada Saraswati, what he sings? Kaivalyam narakayate tridasha purrakasha pushpayate. So this is Kaivalya is naraka. Because अरे इधर तो demon लोग जाते हैं. Correct? So the next verse is going to पुष्टि करेगा ये. सिद्धलोकस्तु तमसः पारे यत्र वसन्ति सिद्धा ब्रह्म सुखे मग्ना दैत्याश्च हरिणा हताः. See, siddhalokastu tamasa pare. Tamasa ke pare. What this material world is called tamasa. That's why it said tamasoma jyotirgamaya. So this material world, another name is tamas because it's darkness. But tamasa pare, yatra, definitely. Siddhalokastu tamasa pare. This is beyond tamalok. But yatra vasantihi, who stays there? कौन रहता है वहां पे? यत्र, वहां पे vasantihi, who stays? Siddha Brahma Sukhe Magna. Yes. So they are all absorbed in the Brahman pleasure. But who? Who are those people? Daityascha, the demons. Harina Hata, after being killed by Hari. When Hari kills, Harina Hata, Hari kills the demon, like Daityas, the demons. Sukhe Magna Brahma, Siddha Brahma Sukhe Magna. So these people go and take pleasure in the Brahman. So the Brahman pleasure is what? It's a pleasure meant for demons. Correct? The demons who go and enjoy there. That's what we need to understand. All right. So now, after having described this is a shloka. The next shloka, the 40th. This is going to now 41 and 40 and 41. We are going to understand the second Chaturvyuha. So the first Chaturvyuha, where it happened? Outside Krishna Lok. The second Chaturvyuha is happening outside Vaikuntha Lok. From the first Chaturvyuha, Sankarshan, who came? Who came? Radhika Mohan Prabhu? Who came from the first Chaturvyuha of Sankarshan? The first Narayan comes. So from same Narayan, something is going to happen. See now. Sei paravyo me Narayan chari pashe Dwaraka Chaturvyuher Dvitiya Prakashe. So just like previously, from Balaram came the four Chaturvyuha. Who are they? Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. Similarly, Dwarka Chaturvyuhera. Similarly, Dvitiya Prakash. The second quadruple expansion comes from Narayana. Narayana Charipashe. That is the difference between the first quadruple expansion and the second. One devotee had asked me this question in the Chaitanya Charitamrta class only. What is the difference between that and this? One comes from Balaram, that's outside Krishna Lok, whereas this is outside Vaikuntha Lok. Okay, next. So the name is mentioned. Vasudeva Sankarshana Pradyumna Aniruddha Dvitiya Chaturvyuha Eituriya Vishuddha. Oh, please understand that these are also Vishuddha. Vishuddha means they are not material, they are spiritual. Because in this world, what do we have? So in this world, we have three modes. What are they? Tamogun, Rajogun, Sattvagun. But in the spiritual world, we have Vishuddha Sattva. Sattva means existence. Vishuddha Sattva means completely, impeccably pure. Pure existence. Correct? So that is called Vishuddha Sattva. The pure existence. In this world, Sattva Gun is also contaminated by Rajogun and Tamogun. Rajogun, Tamogun mix ho jata hai. Nobody can say that I am in full Sattva Guna. No. That's why we see here in this material world also Brahmanas, they get angry. Yes. Yeah, Durvasa Muni. So there is some kind of Rajo. Demigods, they become lusty. So they are also afflicted with passion and ignorance time to time. They are never say they are never completely pure. Even Brahma, who's in the topmost level of sattva, he also gets vimohit. To become vimohana, what is it? It's samaguna. Of course, we need to the whole section. So Brahma Vimohan Lila is beautiful commentary by Acharyas is given. Brahma, they say that Brahma, all the why he gets why he has a tendency to get vimohan. He's a son of Krishna, direct son. He is actually born from lotus, and that lotus is material only. Because it's the Brahma Jyoti, the material universe. It's a material universe. From there he is born. So the material universe is actually the gross body of Krishna. That's material. So he is born from lotus. He is material only. He's made of intelligence, now material intelligence, not spiritual intelligence. That's why there is every tendency for Brahma to get bewildered. So there is no pure sattva existing in this material world. No, it cannot be. There's nothing called pure sattva. So Dvitiya Chaturviha are these quadruples. So now from here we are going to discuss our topic for the 8th verse. That is Maha Sankarshan. Now comes the Maha Sankarshan topic. So the second quadruple expansion are actually called as Maha Vasudev, Maha Sankarshan, Maha Pradyumna, Maha Aniruddha. They are called Maha. Just like a great devotee takes prasad and remnants from his remnants become Mahaprasad. They are called Mahaprasad. Taha ye ramera rupa Mahasankarshana Chichakti ashrayati ho karana. Oh, so here this this particular Sankarshan, the second quadruple expansion is called as Maha Sankarshan. He is the expansion of Nityanandaram or Balram's personal feature. So Chit Shakti Ashrayati ho. So we need to understand that he is the one who is the shelter for spiritual Shaktis. So all the spiritual Shaktis take shelter of this Maha Sankarshan. Chit Shakti. The spiritual energies of Lord are all called as Chit Shaktis. So all spiritual Shaktis, they take shelter of Mahasankarshan. And also Karanera Karan. He is the cause of all causes. Why? We are going to understand ahead. Because of him only the material world is going to come. That's why it's called Karana Nagar. Karana ocean. Karana Abdi. So Karan means material world में कुछ कारण चाहिए. Adhyatmic Jagat is beyond all Karan. There is no cause. He is the cause behind all causes. And Krishna is Sarva Karana Karana. So Mahasankarshan is what? Karana Karanam. Krishna is Sarva Karana Karana. There's a difference. Because he's Karan for even Karana Karana. Got it, no? Yes. So now the description of Mahasankarshan has started. Going ahead. Chit Shakti Vilasa Eka Shuddha Sattvanam Shuddha Sattvamaya Yata Vaikuntabhidam. So these Chit Shaktis are all translated because every Shakti, Maya Shakti has three Shakti. What are they? Three gunas? Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. So similarly, Chit Shakti, pastimes, all vilas, pastimes of Chit Shakti you need to understand are in what? Shuddha Sattva now. They're all under Shuddha Sattva. Now, for example, somebody is stealing. What is that activity? Which mode it comes under? Tamo and Raja, both mixture. Because of ignorance, he is stealing, and because of passion, he is acting on it. Yes. Somebody is violent. What mode? Rajogun. Somebody is very, very angry and is destroying all his things. Tamogun. So now here, if you find that Krishna is also killing, destroying, he is also stealing. So all these activities he is also doing. He is also exhibiting anger in war. But they are all under Vishuddha Sattva. So Shuddha Sattva Maya Yata Vaikunthadinam. So in Vaikunta, every activity is Shuddha Sattva. Somebody is sleeping in Vaikunta, it is not ignorance, it is Shuddha Sattva. Because nobody sleeps, everyone serves. Everyone is eating. Eating in Vaikunta is Shuddha Sattva. Here in this material world, eating is passion. Passionate activity. So there is no Krishnatmana, no Raja Admayo Utsmayadvi. There's absolutely no Rajaguna there. Shuddha Sattva Maya. Okay. Next. So now what we discuss, we are discussing is the glories of Mahasankarshan. So going on, some more glories. He's giving Ashraya for Chit Shakti. Shad Vida Ishwaryataha Sakala Chinmaya Sankarshaner Vibhuti Sab Janiha Nishchaya. Please understand that even Sankarshan is Shad Aishwaryatmaya. He also has 6 opulences. 6 opulences, and all are spiritual opulences of Sankarshan. So who all have 6 opulences? Krishna has. Chaturvya has also had. Narayana is also having, and Sankarshan is also having. They all have 6 opulences. Jiva nama tatasthakya eka shakti haya Mahasankarshana saba jivera ashraya. See, all the Shaktis come under Chit Shakti, but along with that, there is one more Shakti who is taking shelter of Mahasankarshan. Who are they? Jiva Shakti, all of us, the Jivatmas. So our Ashraya is also Mahasankarshan. He is only our Ashraya. Correct? He is shelter for all living entities. Sankarshan. He is the shelter. यहाँ हैते विश्वोत्पत्ति यहाँ ते प्रलय सेई पुरुषेर संकर्षण समाश्रय. So we need to understand that from this personality only what takes place? Vishwa Utpatti, the material world is created. Yahate Pralay, he is the source of all, even Pralay, merging. Say Purushaya is a person who is Samashraya, and maintenance also he only takes care. So he is the person who is actually doing creation, maintenance, destruction. It is Mahasankarshan only. You need to be understood. You should understand it is Mahasankarshan. Just like in army, once there is a gentleman, quite a young gentleman, he came and he said, my name is Colonel Sharma. I said, Colonel? Colonel is, the title is obtained after performing at least minimum 30 years of commissioned service in army you have to perform. Then you become Colonel. 25 to 30 years of service. You look pretty young. He said, yeah, I am Lieutenant Colonel. But in army, we call Lieutenant Colonel also as Colonel only. That's how it's called. Nobody says Lieutenant Colonel. Colonel. That's how it is said. So similarly, Mahasankarshan के बारे में ही बात चल रही है. So whenever it is Sankarshan, we have to understand it's Mahasankarshan. Just like, for example, in one place they may call Balaram, but otherwise it may call Ram. No, this which Ram? This Treta Yuga Balaram? No, it's Balaram only. So scriptures give once, they don't repeat one word. So just like, sometimes Mahaprabhu is very specific. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. He says na before everything. But sometimes in some of the Shastras you will find it is na and then na dhanam, janam, sundarim. That means what? Na dhanam, but janam, sundarim is allowed? No. That na is applicable for everything. This is called redundancy. It's poetic license. And na means it's for everything else. Okay. Sarvashraya Sarvadbhuta Aishwarya Apar Ananta Kahite Nare Mahimaya. So this person is Sarvashraya. How? Because he is giving shelter to whom? To Shaktis and Jivas. Sarva Adbhuta. Why? Because he has 6 opulences. Sarva Adbhuta because he is having Aishwarya Apar. Okay. Ananta Kahite Nare. So what he is called? He is called as Ananta. He is called as Ananta Shesh or Ananta. Kahite Nare Mahimaya. You cannot describe his glories. Can you please talk about Ananta? Sorry, we cannot. That is the only thing you can tell. Sorry. Even Ananta cannot describe himself. Sometimes, when we go for program, some of them know you. They know. ठीक है, जानते हैं आप सनातन धर्म को, लेकिन आपका थोड़ा introduction मिल सकता है. People ask. Then we only give our own introduction. Yes, please understand. And whatever introduction we give, They will read it and उसी को बड़ा चढ़े के बोले, आप जानते हैं, आप नहीं जानते, प्रभु जी ने इंजीनियरिंग की है, मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग, वो भी कहां से, NIT से की है. लाइक दैट दे विल बड़ा चढ़ा के बोले. अरे मेरे से 2 मिनट पहले सुना, he is describing as though he is my Langoti IR. He is knowing me from childhood, like that he describes. That's how they do to make the audience more respectful to the speaker. Correct? So what we need to understand is that even Ananta cannot describe. You ask Ananta, please, you tell me your glories will glorify you. Ananta also cannot describe that much glories. Yes. So the final conclusion. This is the concluding verse of Ananta Shesh, the 8th shloka. Turiya Vishuddha Sattva Sankarshanana Tiho Yara Amsha Se Nityananda Ram. So ultimately, this entire verse from 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, these 5 verses are actually glorification of Nityananda Ram. What it? They are not glories of Sankarshan. They are glories of Nityananda Ram, who is glory of, like what they're doing, they're telling, okay, just an example. They say, Sanatana Dharma Prabhu is from NIT Trichy. Some people may not know NIT Trichy. Suppose like foreign audience. So then what has to be done? Then there has to be a low description given of NIT Trichy. Got it? Now the college ka description dena padta. Oh, then they will appreciate better. So the why the college description is given? To glorify the speaker. Similarly, why description of Sankarshan is given? To glorify Nityananda Prabhu. That is the whole purpose of glorifying. Like ultimately, they want to glorify Nityananda Prabhu. So whatever his nature is Turiya, which means he is situated beyond Jagriti, Sushupti, and Swapna. We discussed last time what is this. Vishuddha Sattva. He is beyond the states of 3 modes. Sankarshana Nama, this personality of Sankarshan, that person, Yahara Amsha Sai Nityananda Ram. He is nothing but a fragmental part of Nityananda Ram. Last 2 shlokas we'll quickly take. Ashtama shlokera kaila sankshepe vivarana. Navama shlokera artha shunadiya mana. So this 8th shloka is Sankshipt Vivaran ho chuka hai. Navam shloka suno. So this is the 9th shloka. We'll just read the shloka and conclude. That's it. We are not going to discuss. We'll discuss the shloka number 9, 10 and 11 next class together. Because you know all these personalities. Maya Bharta Janda Maya Bharta Janda Sanga Shayanga Shede Sakshat Karanam Bodhi Madhye Yasekam Shashri Puman Adidevas Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam Prapadye. Can someone read the translation?
Whose partial representation called Karana Vishnu lying on the Karana ocean, original Purusha, the master of divinity, energy, and center of all universes.
Haribo Jai. Got it, no? So again, this is also the shloka number 9 is also for Nityananda. Tam Shri Nityanandam Ramam Prapadye. Why? Yasya Eka Amsha. Unka ek amsha jo hai. Just one fragmental portion. What he's doing? Karanam Bodhi Madhye is there. He's sleeping on the Karanodaka ocean. Shri Puman Adi Devas. Please understand that he is the Purusha, first Purusha incarnation. Adi Devas here means the first Purusha incarnation. Shri Puman. That's what Puman means Purusha. So he is the first Purusha incarnation. Shete. Shete matlab sota hai. Sota. Shete. Sakshat Karanam Bude Madhye. And who is he? Maya Bharta. He is the master of Maya. And what else? Aja. Anda. Sangha. Angha. Ashraya. Which means Aja means in one sense unborn, but also Aja Anda. Andas which universes which doesn't have birth. They only come out. Universes don't have birth actually. So Aja Anda Sangha So this all universes, they come from his Anga Ashraya. They all have taken shelter of his body. Got it, no? So now one word, one line will be elaborately described by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami about Mahavishnu first, then Garbhodakshaya Vishnu next, and then Shirodakshaya Vishnu. So today what we have done in today's class, we discussed this aspect. So last time we discussed who is Nityananda Balram, and we just started with Sankarshana's introduction, because before Sankarshan you have to understand first Paravyom. So Paravyom now we understood has three parts. What are they? Krishnalok, Vaikuntalok, and Siddhalok. So even Krishna Lok has three parts. Last time we discussed Gokul, Dwarka, Mathura. And if you see Vaikuntha Lok is the planets, on the other hand, Siddha Lok is not a planet. It doesn't have any, it is Nirvishesh. It doesn't have Vishesh, no varieties. Correct? So next time, because you all know, we'll go very fast. Very, very fast we'll go. And we will understand these three. This is the objective. So next class may take 1 hour 15 minutes. Okay. We may take for something like 1 hour. The next class will also be on Tuesday. Because on Monday I'm not here. I'm going to Nashik. So after 1 week only we will take, and we will discuss 50 to 116. All the shlokas we'll discuss. This much we'll discuss. If time remains, we may discuss. Then no, this is the next third class. This is the fourth class, and then this will be fifth and sixth class, and this will be seventh class. So today we saw mainly what we saw is Sankarshan's description. Maha Sankarshan, who is he? We saw. So we understood Vaikuntha and Siddhalok, and we understood who is Sankarshan. Okay, so we will conclude here. Any questions, comments, queries? Anyone wants to ask? The next 1-2 minutes we'll take and we'll conclude. Okay, thank you all very much. Jagat Guru Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Samasta Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Gaur Premanandi. Thank you very much. We'll end the live stream.